It's almost 2 a.m. on the 14th of March. I just finished reading 2 books. I already talked about Imogen, obviously. Now I'm going to talk about Blood Like Fate. It's the sequel to Blood Like Magic. Can you tell how exhausted I am? I don't have a day off from work until next Wednesday. I've been working since Tuesday. So. And I have school on Wednesday, so I'm thriving. But anyway, I finished it. It took me a while to finish it. That had more to do with my schedule has been insane. So I just haven't had the time. But it was good. Honestly, the duology covered so many topics. And I'm, like, really impressed that she was able to include so many things and actually give, like, these topics justice. Like, this book was just, the duology was just packed full of representation, and I it was just so good. You know what's not listed on the book, that if you looked it up, you wouldn't know this, is that Voya's love interest is a trans guy. I got so excited when that was revealed. I was like, trans rep. I mean, her cousin is also a trans girl. I was excited for her cousin being a trans girl. I was like, trans rep. And then she's like, oh yeah, Luke's a trans guy too. And then she also goes on ahead and is like, Keisha's also demi-romantic. I'm like, girl, I couldn't tell you a single time I've seen demi-romantic in a book I've read, and as a person who aligns very closely to that identity, that made me really happy. I get excited about representation, in general, so I will hand that to Blood Like Magic, and that duology. That was, oh my god. Now, with this being said, there's so many twists and turns throughout the entire series. Some of them I saw coming, others I did not. In the first series, I already kind of picked up from the get-go that the destroy your first love thing was not, like, kill your first love. And as the book progressed, I was like, who says Luke has to be your first love? It being Case, I was kind of picking up on that too. And I was caught off guard when she chose Case instead of Luke, not gonna lie. Going through the rest of the book, though, it makes sense. Like, reading this book, I kind of understood more why Voya chose Case and not Luke. Eli being a Musab bot, that I knew something was up. I had a feeling he was not alive, but being a Musab bot, that would not have been my first guess. I mean, maybe if I, hadn't spread out this read over the course of, well over a month, I might have picked up on it sooner. But that made me go, what? And the fact that it was, for the most part, controlled by Luke, also didn't see that coming, but was, oh my god. In hindsight, it does make sense. I just did not see it coming. I also, like, I don't know, I like that detail too, because, like, as I was reading this, I was like, how are they possibly going to patch up Voya and Luke's relationship? Like, I didn't think they were going to at all. At first, I was like, I mean, they probably will, but it, like, I just genuinely don't see how it's gonna happen. Because they, like, haven't talked. Like, they've barely talked. Like, this, I feel like if they're gonna do it, it's just not gonna be very well done, because they've barely talked this whole book. And then turns out, she'd been talking to Luke, like, pretty much the whole time, so I was not mad. I will say, the ending of the book was a little bit unsatisfying. It's just, like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know that I would say anticlimactic, because there was a lot of tension. That might be the best word for it, though, because, like, we were up here in terms of tension, like, oh my god, and then suddenly we were down here, and everything was resolved. Like, there was so much leading up to that, and then she just wasn't involved in the final battle, whatever you would call it, and then everything was fine, because she passed out and woke up. It's just, I don't know, that, I kind of felt a little cheated out of that. That was a bit disappointing. Especially because, like, there was so much, like, that happened in the first two books, and so much that, like, was kind of building up to this, what I thought was going to be this big moment. And then it didn't happen. It was just like, we were all the way up here, and then we came down. But it wasn't even like a fall down. It was just like, one moment we were here, and then we teleported down here. So it was just, meh. Overall, the duology was very good. I just, compared to the ending of the first book, it wasn't as good. And for what I assumed to be, like, the end of the series, that's kind of sad. I mean, everything's kind of wrapped up. It's just, again, missing that big moment that I thought we were building up to, which left me a bit just like, oh. Oh, also, her getting sick and then being able to travel back in time and talk to people, that was sick. I love that. Going back and talking to her grandma, and then that, like, kind of being a moment where she just really settles in and believes that she's capable as a matriarch even more than ever, because her grandma from, like, years ago is sitting there saying, it was always gonna be you, Voya. Like, it wasn't just something she said so she would get her shit together, like, she meant it. So that was sweet. On a different note, I would protect Luke with my life. Is anyone surprised? Look at my track record for favorite characters. Is anyone surprised? No. I love that boy. He needs to be protected at all costs. Okay, I need to go to bed. I have work in the morning. And, oh my god, am I working in the mornings every day for the next week? I'm definitely working in the morning every day for the next 4 days. So, good night.